Hi again there, friends and neighbors. Mike Trow for the Saline County Libertarian Party. Hey, see the title for this show? We should have a little bit of fun this one. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking because I got a couple of videos, and these videos will do the talking for them. Okay, let's go on to the next one here, Dean. Yeah, here we go, polar bears. I like this one. I don't know what it is about polar bears, but you know, I know that they would have me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if I ever get close to them, but still, it's very good. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Now, isms. We all like isms. Here's W.C. Fields. I grew up watching W.C. Fields movies. He's a real comedian, an old vaudeville entertainer. I like one of his famous ones is, "No, madam, I do love children. I love them baked and broiled." You know, he of course he's only being half facetious because it's my understanding W.C. Fields really did not like kids, but he took it to a little bit of a way. So anyway, you can look it up. No, those are, he's got some really classic ones in there. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Okay, Yogi, okay, my man, you know. When you come to a fork in the road, Yogi once said, take it, okay? Some of the others, you can observe a lot by watching. And of course, the classic, it ain't over till it's over. We all know that one. Or it's like deja vu all over again. No one goes there nowadays. It's too crowded. Okay? Baseball is 90% mental and the other half physical. So anyway, a nickel ain't worth a dime anymore, he once said. A lot of good ones. We made too many wrong mistakes. Okay, Yogi, as if there's a right mistake. Congratulations, I knew the record would stand until it was broken. But anyway, that's Yogi. One of the best bad ball hitters who ever played the game. Leo DeRocher says, I never went to battle without my man. Yogi was his man. Okay, next one. Okay, then we come to the Donald. Okay, my Twitter has become so powerful, he said, that I can actually make people tell the truth. Okay. I've never seen a skinny person drinking a Diet Coke. Well, now, there's a lot of truth to that. However, I have seen skinny people drinking diet drinks, although most of them do not drink diet drinks because in a lot of ways, diet drinks are worse for you than regular drinks. A couple of other ones he has. Derek Jeter broke his ankle one day after he sold his apartment in Trump Towers. Got a lesson. Don't leave Trump Towers. While at Bette Midler may be an extremely unattractive woman, I would never say that because that would be politically incorrect. Yeah. So I guess it's little wonder that if you don't like Donald Trump, you don't like Donald Trump. And I have to admit, I don't care for the guy. For me, it goes way back to, I ask people, hey, did you see that USL game last week? And they'll go, huh, what? Yeah, thank you, Donald. Okay, next. We'll get into that. I love this picture. Oh, this picture is so cool. I'm leading up to this here. It is an article. Is Trumpism the new punk rock? Okay, and we'll go to the next one, Dean. And this is the dude that did it. Scott Galupo. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. If I'm not, please, Scott, nothing personal, okay? As you see, this is what he does. He's written for the American Conservative, theweek.com, reviews live music for the Washington Post, okay? Formerly a staff writer for the Washington Times, okay? He lives with his wife and his 2 kids and writes about politics to support his guitar habit. Oh, those guitar junkies, you know, they get to you. But anyway, this article here, which is entitled, "Is Trumpism the New Punk Rock?" Now, I know a lot of people will go, huh, what? Well, what's he talking about? But just consider for a second here, you know, what does Trumpism mean? Philosophically, intellectually, okay? Now, what was punk rock? Before we can make this connection, what was punk rock? Well, punk rock came out of the very straight-laced 70s music scene where there's no other term to use, you just got to say it, where the liberal music groups had their agendas, and you had to stick right to their agendas, and you had to do this, and you had to do that. And as somebody plays guitar, you know, they had all kinds of real funky bar chords and all kinds of stuff, you know, that you really had to do it, and you weren't cool if you didn't do it, okay? Well, punk rock is really a revolution, a revolt against that. And when we think of punk rock, we think of anarchy. You know, all those kids running and throwing things and smashing and all that. Like John Lennon said, well, they used to do that in Hamburg 20 years ago. Okay, but anyway, to many, punk rock was anarchy, okay? You think of hooligans, you know, running around, you know, nowadays their pants would be down around their knees and you know, all that, hat turned on sideways, you know, all this kind of things, okay? Trumpism, he says, is not set in classic conservatism, but it is an insurrection against conservative Inc. Okay? Conservative Inc. Again, the straight-laced, talk like this, walk like this, you know. Trumpism is not about that. Trumpism is about this revolt. No, he says. Well, I can shoot somebody in Times Square and nobody will care. Okay, everybody, oh, he said that. My first thought was, is that right? Is that true? And you know, I kind of thought with his popularity at the time, yeah, very true, very true. Okay? Trump's amateurism is key. Now, he gets lost in details. We've heard this and we've seen this. He gets lost in details. But he gets the big things attitudinally correct. Okay? Now, in punk rock, remember I was talking about all the funky chords that they used to have. You know, John Denver, he'd have some, you know, never even tried to even play his songs. But punk rockers, hey, they may only know C, G, F, D. Okay, 4 chords, I got it. Okay, and they'll bang out songs with only 3 or 4 chords. Okay, I also want to point out that Sonny Bono, who wrote an awful lot of hits in the middle 60s, he knew 3 chords. Okay, he knew 3 chords. And he came up with I Got You, Babe, and, you know, a whole lot of great songs. So the number of chords do not mean it, but his whole point here is you had amateur musicians out there doing this because they was striving against everything else. Okay? Okay. Trump's power lies in a total rejection of political correctness. Okay? Like punk rock, Trumpism is a current of thought that runs through society. Okay? Now, he turned to a friend of his who was very much into the punk rock scene, a man by the name of Wattenberg, and this is what he says. Trumpism was an insurrection against conservatism, Inc., a political establishment that had become flabby, complacent, and self-indulgent in the same way that the 1970s progressive rock music had grown bombastic, pretentious, and long-winded. Whereas Republicans before Trump had been terrified of deviating from orthodox positions on trade, the desirability of immigration, or the wisdom of the Iraq War, Trump thumbed his nose at the orthodoxy. Okay? So in this way, Trumpism is very much like punk rock. Okay? Next one, Dean. Okay? Now, here we come. I just stumbled across this, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute here. Just wait a minute. What if, just what if the personality of Donald Trump had come out of a woman and the personality of Hillary Clinton had come out of a man? What if? Just what if? Okay? Well, in this one, what if Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton had swapped genders? You know? How would perceptions change? Would people accept a woman who's physically bigger than her male opponent? They're going, no, you got that right. There you go, you're lying again. You know, why don't you get this stuff straight and, you know, talk over them and everything else, and have the man on the other side, you know, being, you know, smile and go, yeah, you know, and go through all that. What would be the reaction? He says in here that a lot of people came in to see this, and I'm going to show you a piece of it here in a bit. But they came in to the original debates. They all pretty much seen they are academic types. They went in, they'd seen the original, and they didn't think that Clinton could lose. Now they come roaming in here going, how the heck did Trump win? You know, because our candidate was so much better. How? And so there was a lot of things. The expectations that Trump's style would not be acceptable in a woman. Absolutely not. No. Okay? During the debates, like I said, they couldn't see Clinton losing. They watched. Now, this is called, and it's on YouTube, it's called Her Opponent. Okay? Her Opponent. And what they did was the creators of this, a woman by the name of Maria Guadalupe, and the man's name escapes me right off the Joe Salvatore. Salvatore was on the drama side. Guadalupe is the historical side of it. And they went through and they took appropriate snippets out of the debates, and they arranged them, and they did all these kind of things and everything. There was a fear that out of the gay community that, you know, you're going to bring him across as too effeminate, and we're not so sure we'll like that. And so that was all worked in. Long story short, folks, on this, I could go on. I got all kinds of notes on it, but I could go on. But what it basically came down to and you'd be able to judge for yourself. But what the academics figured out was, oh, that's why people like Trump. Oh, hey, yeah, no, it's acceptable for a woman to be like that too. They found themselves being attracted to a woman that did things in Trump's style. That, no, that's a lie, and everything like that. Okay? So we're going to show you the video now. You judge for yourself. See what you think.
We are going to enforce the trade deals that we have, and we're going to hold people accountable. When I was Secretary of State, we actually increased American exports globally 30%. We increased them to China 50%. So I know how to really work to get new jobs and to get exports that help to create more new jobs.
But you haven't done it in 30 years or 26 years.
Well, I have been a senator, Brenda, and I have been a Secretary of State, and I have done a lot.
One of the worst trade deals to ever happen to the
that is your opinion.
manufacturing industry.
That is
you
your
go to
opinion.
England, you go to Ohio, Pennsylvania, you go anywhere you want, Secretary Gordon, and you will see devastation where manufacturers down 30, 40, sometimes 50%. NAFTA is the worst trade deal maybe ever signed anywhere, but certainly ever signed in this country, and now you want to approve Trans-Pacific Partnership. You were totally in favor of it. Then you heard what I was saying, how bad it is, and you said, I can't win that debate. But you know that if you did win, you would approve that, and that would be almost as bad as NAFTA. Well, nothing will ever top NAFTA.
That is just not accurate. I was against it once it was finally negotiated and the terms were laid out. I wrote about that.
You called it the gold standard.
I wrote about. Well,
I
hope
the gold standard of trade.
And you know what?
You said it's the finest deal you've ever seen.
No.
Then you heard what I was saying, and all of a sudden you were against it.
Well, I know you live in your own reality, Brenda, but that is not the facts. The facts are, I did say I hoped it would be a good deal, but when it was negotiated, which I was not responsible for, I concluded it wasn't. I wrote about that in my book.
So is it President Obama's
before
fault?
You even
Is it President Obama's fault?
Look, there are different.
Secretary, is it President Obama's fault? Because he's pushing it.
There are different views about what's good for our country, our economy, our leadership in the world. That's why we have to look at how we can get the economy going again. That's why I said new jobs with rising incomes, investments, not in more tax cuts that would add $5 trillion to the debt, but
you
in
have no plan.
Oh, I do.
Secretary,
in fact,
you have no
I have
plan.
written a book about it. It's called Stronger Together. You can pick it up tomorrow at a bookstore or an airport near you.
All righty. Okay, so think about that and remember that. They're going to do other things along that line too. Okay, time for Libertarian Liz here. What do you got for us, Liz?
Gentle viewer, this is Libertarian Liz. Let's talk about feminism for a minute. Recently, women have donned pink pussycat hats in protest of President Trump. I say to you, do what you want to do, but it's not going to get you further down the road. Let's look at the definition of feminism. The theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes. The sexes. Not women against men, the sexes. Both male and female, equal in all that they do. Organizing activity on behalf of women's rights and interests. All this is very good, but I think it's more of a hate fest. It's more of, let's see how bad we could bash a man. Let's see how bad we can bash this party or that group or that or whatever. Let's not be that way. That's not feminine. That's just hateful. Let's try to be better about these things. Let's do all we can to uplift and uphold everybody in society, whether they're male, female, black, white, orange, pink, it doesn't matter. Let's uphold people. Let's give them the love and courage that they need to get through the day. Now, let's discuss libertarianism. Dictionary says that it is an advocate of doctrine of free will. And number 2, one who upholds the principle of absolute and unrestrained liberty. my dear friends, I hope that you are working toward being libertarian. I hope that you are working toward, if you want to go for a walk in the park, that's your business. If you want to stand and hold a protest sign, that's your business. Whatever it is, I hope you do it, and I hope you do it with fervor and excitement, but I hope you don't do it with hatred. I hope you do it with love and care for your fellow human being. And the fact that you will not harm another human being and that you will not set forth to belittle them. This is all I have for today, and let's be better about things we do. This is Libertarian Liz, legalize liberty.
All righty, folks. Remember, MOCAS, first Saturday of the month, 10 a.m. Come in, have a discussion with us. We love to see you. You don't have to be a libertarian. We've had people who absolutely disagree with us politically come in and sit down. We have a wonderful time, you know. We accept all people, even though you may be wrong politically. We still love you anyway. Okay, next one, Dean. Okay, and folks, that's the way it is on March 29, 2017 for the Saline County Libertarian Party. This is Mike Troe. May God bless.